Namaskar. Welcome. Thank you for taking a few moments of your time to focus on your breath. Today we are going to go through what's called a soul cleansing breathing technique. So it's combining a couple movements of our fingertips, pulling the yoga into our hands using the mudras. So even now, as I start to describe, maybe you start to connect your thumb to your index finger and feel it moving from fingertip to fingertip. And we're going to use our fingers to count. So we'll go through each breath, moving from one inhale and exhale on one finger point to the next, to the next, to the next. And we'll go through each breathing style twice. The first one will be just simply breathing in and out through the nose. So I invite you now to find a comfortable seat. Maybe you're sitting upright on a pillow or a cushion, but most importantly, just find length in the spine and start to breathe in exclusively through the nose. And as you're moving from fingertip to fingertip, I'll give you the layout of our next few breath techniques. So the first one, easy inhale, easy out, exhale. The second one would be to introduce the bees Brahmari breath. So we'll introduce the hum on the exhale. The third breath technique is to hold the breath at the top of the inhale, so we have that kumbhaka retention. And then the fourth technique would be to say to yourself on the inhale, so, and on as you exhale, hum. So hum. It's like this. I am that. If you don't like saying anything in Sanskrit, you can also just say to yourself, I am love. I am love. So just allow yourself to drop in. Maybe give yourself a moment to close your eyes and just pull your awareness inward. And also offer the opportunity just to accept your surroundings, accepting your body and how it feels, accepting the state of your mind, and just allow yourself to go a little bit further inward. Maybe close your eyes or breathe into a soft gaze. And let's all bring our hands, bringing the thumb to the index finger as we start to inhale through the nose. Really feeling that inhale, feeling the inhale go to the depths of the belly. And as you exhale, allow yourself just to squeeze out the diaphragm. And as you move to that next finger point, now this time just feeling your breath on your own. Moving from finger to finger and just resisting the urge to rush. Giving yourself plenty of time, using the breath to really connect the physical and the seen with the energetic and the unseen. The breath is the bridge. And as you're moving to the other hand and guiding your breath, just feeling the finger pads, the fingertips, that light touch, knowing that when you feel the breath and sensation at the same time, you are, by definition, living in the present moment. And now you're probably moving to the second round of inhales and exhales. Just feel that rhythm, that natural rise and buoyancy as you breathe in, and how your body gets a little heavier, a little more grounded as you exhale. Riding the breath, grateful for each breath. Each inhale and exhale is different from the one before. Squeeze out all that old air, just making room for that fresh new prana, that new life and vitality that comes from science and the universe, whereas the breath goes to the point of lowest pressure on its own. So as you squeeze out all that old air, the universe is literally giving you your next inhale. That's why it's so soft and easy just to float on the inhale. And then you feel that grounding effect coming back down as you exhale. By now, you're maybe completing that second loop. We'll bring our thumb to our index finger, and now we'll switch to that bees breath. So take a deep breath in, feel your ribs expand, maybe sit up in the crown of the head, and then bring the tongue to the roof of the mouth, towards the top of the palate, and introduce a hum as if you were making a om. Taking another big breath in, really filling up, just humming with your vibration, that sound that's unique to you. Moving from finger pad to finger pad slowly. Continuing on your own, just feeling that vibration, that engagement of the vagus nerve that starts to calm us down and allow us to access that parasympathetic nervous system. You'll know if you're feeling that tickle towards the roof of the mouth or around the nose area, that's where you're really getting everything nice and accurate. And if you want a little more sensation, you can even take your tongue towards that soft part in the back of your throat and allow your intention and your gaze to go towards that third eye and maybe feel that hum and vibration moving towards that third eye. Moving slowly, taking deeper breaths. Feeling that softness between the fingers. Maybe feeling that vibration just moving through your body, that frequency, that calming effect. Maybe feeling the softening of the throat space. And as you finish your second round, and we get ready to transition, the next round of breath is that retention at the top of the breath. So as you bring the thumb back to the index finger and you take a big breath in, the top of the breath, just hold that breath and float there. Maybe even feel that lift, that more buoyancy in the ribs and the throat and the shoulders as you hold the breath. And then when you absolutely need to release the breath slowly with control, exhaling all the way down and just squeezing out all that old air before you move to the next finger pad. When we guide the breath like this, we allow the exchange of carbon dioxide to build up differently in the cells and the muscles, even the central nervous system and the brain, they start to drop us just into a more relaxed state. And maybe you might even feel that. Maybe you feel your body starting to soften. Maybe you feel things a little more grounded even as you exhale. Just allow yourself to just float on that inhale. Maybe your gaze remains towards that eyebrow center. In the realm of karma and really allowing the cycles of life, it's thought that this breath, this retention and holding the breath, it is a way to pause the current karmic moment that you're in, because you're in between that inhale, which is bringing in that fresh life, and that exhale, which is letting something go, and you really own the present moment, and you can affect that current cycle slightly. Noticing that there's natural tendency to lose count. It's completely normal. That's why your fingers are here. If things are slowing down, that's also completely normal. Just giving the body to respond without any expectation. As you're completing your cycle, maybe you even introduce a small 1 or 2 second retention at the bottom of the breath. Observe what happens in the mind space as you restrict that need for that fresh inhale. Maybe your reaction starts to speak up a little louder. Body really wants that fresh breath. Complete your second round, the final breath technique that we'll use will be just repeating yourself, so hum, just a natural inhale and an exhale. So we'll start by bringing our thumb to our index finger, and as we inhale in your own inner voice, the word so, and as you exhale, hum, so hum. So hum. I am that. I am love. Resisting the urge to feel rushed, just feeling maybe even the sensitivity of the fingertips are starting to feel a little more soft as we breathe. We hydrate the cells, moving from fingertip to fingertip one last time. And as you finish the cycle, we will close the breathing technique with bringing our thumbs to our index fingers and really squeezing with intention. Really allow a lot of force, allow the touch there really to be energetic. And in your mind's eye, imagine a triangle now connecting the fingers and the eyebrow center. And using your imagination, just imagine that triangle shaping with a golden light, a level of light that shines with a warm yellow and just imagine that warm light just getting bigger. Allow it to now surround the head space. Just with your eyes closed, see if you can feel energetically that warm golden light just shining brighter and brighter. Maybe imagine it just sending out a healing frequency, ability to repair, restore, to just calm the mind. Maybe the light now starts to form triangles with the third eye in the shoulders or the third eye in the hips. Just imagine yourself surrounded and encapsulated in a magical geometric pyramid of pure golden and white light. Feel the warmth. It feels like the sun shining from within. Allow that light to just remove some spot of maybe heaviness or darkness or shadow, or just to cleanse the lens of the soul slightly as you energetically squeeze the fingertips a little bit more. Big breath in, deep breath in, and then slowly as you exhale, allow the hands, the palms to be open, and just let everything go. We'll spend a minute or two here just in lingering in this after effect of this breath work and meditation, and just allow yourself to just feel from the inside. Maybe you scan your body, observe the pace of thoughts, the softness of your breath. Maybe you feel that just balanced inhale and exhale, that even breath. Maybe you bring your awareness to the nose, the area between the lip and the nose, and you just feel the coolness of the inhale, and maybe that slighter, warmer Apana exhale. Keeping your eyes closed, allowing your hands to open facing up, but bring your hands to your side. So allow your hands really to come by the hips, and we're gonna do a little drill for our mind and our memory, so no need to cheat here, but just close your eyes, expand your fingertips, pull the shoulders away from the ears, sit up tall in the crown of the head, and then imagine where your hands would go overhead, and try to touch your fingertips to fingertips without looking. So just blindly connecting left and right side. Once you get there, maybe observing with your eyes closed still. If you were going exactly to have spot parity, maybe release, allow your arms to come down. Sit up tall, big breath in, soft shoulders, exhale. And then on your next inhale, just ride that wave. Just allow the finger pads just to magically come together. Maybe this time there's a little more accuracy. Just giving the mind something to focus on. As we start to exit this breathing meditation, maybe allow the hands now to come facing down. If your eyes are closed and you like to open them, just maybe slowly bring them to a soft cascade, allowing that light from within to shine out. And then slowly open your eyes a little more. If you're ready, I want to go into a little more movement, a little traditional yoga class. If you have a block or a book or 2-pound weight or anything, maybe just take a moment just to find that. It could be a magazine. And we're going to go through what I call infinity circles. So you can take the block, bring it over to your right hand. Maybe your left hand comes to the belly of the heart, and just allow yourself to sit up tall in the crown of the head. And as you drop that right shoulder, maybe now move the arm, the left arm, to that shoulder space and allow it to press down. And imagine that the shoulder is going down and then back as well. So the shoulder is compressing, coming back to that midline, and you're feeling your palms of your hands start to flatten against the block. And then slowly imagine that you were carrying a pizza, and and that the pizza is coming behind you. And while you keep your shoulder compressed and down, just slowly allow that block to come towards the front of the face. Now the palm is facing upwards, and the arm is slowly extending out. If you were to look now, the palm has additional range of motion to start to curve inward, moving really slowly, really forcefully, if necessary, pressing that left arm onto that right shoulder just to keep everything locked in, and just feel that range of motion as you come back to beginning and start to slowly repeat. Call these infinity circles because they start to move in the shape of the number 8. And it's a great warm-up if you have a power yoga class or some type of exercise where you're doing a lot of push-ups. It's just a great way to warm up the shoulders, to really have that mind-body connection in the upper body. Rotate slowly from side to side. It's totally okay to drop your block. It's generally going to happen. But as you observe yourself, maybe observe if you have a strong grip on the block. You can always enhance the challenge by palming the block or even closing your eyes. Or if you like, you can find a spot maybe where you freeze, holding the block, dropping the right shoulder, and maybe you allow the left ear just to fall slightly towards that left shoulder. If you want to go a little further and introduce a little nerve floss, you can start to slowly allow the left nose to go towards the left shoulder, and then drop the nose and the gaze downward as if you were looking at your left pocket. And then here, maybe you shake the head slightly, yes, or no, or maybe side to side. Just real small little movements. Check that that left arm is pressing into the right shoulder, the shoulder's coming down and back. And if so, maybe you add a baby little spinal wave, like a little cat-cow or tiny little shoulder movements. Doesn't take much. Slowly start to come out of that flossing position. Allow that arm to enter back into that rotation. As you complete a couple circles on each side, slowly allow yourself to bring the block back to center and just pause for a moment. Allow yourself to close your eyes and just scan the body and observe the right side of the body relative to the left. Maybe observe your breath, the pace, the quality. And whenever you're ready to balance that onto the other side, allow the block to come into that left hand. Maybe the hand comes to the belly to start, but once you sit upright and you can bring that arm, the right arm to the left shoulder, the shoulder is pressing down and coming inward back towards the midline. The gaze can be towards the block, or maybe you allow it to close the eyes as you slowly bring the block behind the ear. Reversing the palm, feeling the tendons in the shoulder and the muscles, the trap starting to move. Any of those sticky spots, just observing them without any judgment. Maybe you didn't realize that you had this range of motion, or maybe this is really challenging. Maybe the block is not cooperating, maybe it's falling. Maybe you want to just try it with your bare hand, but just to know that you can do a mudra like this as well. Yeah. You're really just starting to have those joints, the space start to hydrate and move. Once you go a couple times in one direction, just making sure that you pause and then go in the other direction. And if you want to find a sticky spot, as you drop into that nerve floss, maybe you allow that block to be coming behind you with the palm facing up. Find a space where you can sit up tall, then allow that right hand to press the left shoulder down as the right ear starts to go towards the right shoulder. Once once you find your edge or your space where it says don't go any further, if you want, you can soften that, slacken the nerve a little bit, come upwards, and then maybe introduce that rotation of the head and the neck, bringing the nose towards the right shoulder, and then allowing the head to drop. And then here you can introduce that yes and no action, and maybe you want to do a little neck rolls, or maybe even do an underbite with your lower teeth. Just check that that right arm is pressing the left shoulder down or remains engaged, pulling towards the center. Maybe you do a little shoulder movement, a little cat-cows, just a couple areas to slacken the nerve and to floss it, and then slowly, whenever you're ready, completing those infinity circles. And we'll come back to where we started and just pause. Maybe this time you close your eyes and just scan the body and observe if left and right both feel a little more in balance. Just take a moment. Maybe you close your eyes. Just observe how you feel. Maybe you bring your hands to gratitude, on the thumbs to come to the heart space. Maybe allow the head to bow towards the heart. With that, we'll close this practice. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace to you and to this world. Namaste.